5 ways to start your private practice now. Hey Speechies, it's Sarah, and I'm back today to talk to you about building your own private practice. It's not as hard as you think, and here's how to do it without spending very much money at all. Number 1, yeah, I've had quite a few paper cuts. Tell everybody you know. Put it on Facebook, put it on LinkedIn, put it on Instagram. I'm open and accepting private clients. And while you're doing this, think about what kind of private clients you want to accept. Do you want to accept a certain group of clients? Like, for example, you want to work with autistic students. You want to work with students just working on speech sounds. You want to work with preschoolers. I want you to think a little bit about your ideal group because they are out there and they need your help. Number 2, where do you want to work? There's options for people who are in private practice that don't require getting an office space. Those include library, study rooms. My library and pretty much every library in the suburbs around me have special spots for people who have library cards. You can reserve rooms online, at least at the suburb I'm in. Now, I did work with a client in a library study space. That is one way to just work with them in a place that's quiet, that's not your home, it's a public place, it's safe. Number 3, naming your business. Now, as a speech pathologist, you can consider potentially just using your own name. Sarah Wu Speech Therapy Services would be a great name for a company if I was gonna have that. Anything that people Google. So it's better to choose something that people might Google in terms of a location name than it is to go ahead and do something like cutesy speech for kids. You better to choose, for example, the city name you live in. Let's say you're in Dallas, Dallas Speech Therapy, or maybe be more specific, North Dallas if you're in North Dallas, or whatever kind of place you are. If you want to service like a wider range, Northern Illinois Speech Therapy. That kind of thing is something people Google, and you will easily train Google that, oh, Northern Illinois Speech Services, it'll start to come up to the top. Before I go on to number 4, I'm sure you can hear the rain. I'm filming in the car. The light is good, so why not take advantage of it? Number 4, community outreach. Are you on Nextdoor? Post in Nextdoor that you're accepting patients like this. You know, tell the age range, location, whether you'd be willing to go to anybody's house. There's so much traction in that on that webpage, it's unbelievable. And that's hyper localized. You can also reach out to local pediatricians. Stop by. Do you have kids? Go to the pediatrician and leave a postcard. Go to the coffee shops, post it on the bulletin board. You'd be surprised how many people pass by coffee shop bulletin board and see something. Consider having a bare bones website. There's bunches of different services that you can get that for free or low cost to set up a website, to set up a domain name, URL. Get on speechbuddy.com. I get a lot of traction just because my name's out there. People end up calling me through that website. You can be on ASHA, the ASHA Professional Finders. I forgot exactly what it's called. I'm on there too. Number 5. Get on like vistaprint.com and use one of their templates or Canva and create like a postcard. It's affordable. I'm thinking you could do it for under $50, maybe even under $30. You can get like 25 postcards and just go around your neighborhood by car, take an afternoon to distribute those in your neighborhood and make sure people know that you're around and available. Bonus tip, right now, post-pandemic, kind of, we're still in a pandemic, but a lot of commercial real estate spaces are struggling to fill their leases and spaces. So most people are working from home right now that are in office spaces. You may be able to find a terrific deal on a small office space. I know pretty close to around where I am right now. I had gone and looked at an office space before the pandemic, I would say like 5 years ago. And they weren't that unaffordable, but at the time I certainly wasn't ready for it, and even now I'm not ready for it. But now's the time to potentially like go ahead and tour some single office spaces in your area and see if you can maybe have them negotiate. I'm sure they would actually negotiate with you for potentially some kind of cool little space. You don't need a lot of space, and it could be potentially affordable and worth it for you to get into that. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. You probably now know starting your own private practice is not scary, hard, or really that expensive. You can jump in with very little and start building your clientele. I hope these tips help you, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you.